Have you had any complications with like healing at all, like of the tattoo when you first got it?
No
Everything,
issues with
and
healing.
none of your tattoos like that?
No, none of my tattoos had any
Would,
issues with healing.
when you rub your hand across the tattoo, is it raised in any areas at all?
Not raised, no,
Okay.
completely flat.
So, what I ask that is because when you deal with more melanated skin types or darker skin types, like African American skin types, what ends up happening is that you are more prone to like keloid scarring and stuff like that. So I'm looking at your skin now, and I usually do kind of like an analysis. I'm looking at people's faces and their hands, and like, if there's any scars or anything like that. You know, how does your body handle trauma?
Yeah.
So if you came in and you had like really dark spots from like acne or ingrown hairs or stuff like that, that might be a little bit of concern. I can see like a little scratch on your hand there on your knuckle.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just healing fine, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit on this tattoo over here on this side here. Like I believe there was like a, if I've seen it, maybe I've misseen it. But I thought it was like a kind of a shiny spot or something right there. There you go. You know, that kind of stuff, you know, that just comes from, you know, damage and picking at it and stuff like that. So I'm not overly concerned because like when I get damage, like if anything happens to me, I get dark and I stay dark. And so even with my skin type being indigenous and being Mexican, my Mexican side doesn't have a high chance of having hyperpigmentation, but my Dene, my Navajo side does. So we look at not just like the color of the skin, we look at ethnicity, we look at background. I have clients that are lighter than me, but they're biracial. I have to look at the underlying melanin of that as well. So we really want to like take our approach with this, but the rest of the industry, and I've been doing this for 25 years, they see darker skin types and they want to they want to baby them. They want to like, oh, I don't want to be too aggressive. And that's fine, I get it, I understand why. But if you do a proper skin analysis and understand how that person heals from trauma, I find like even African American tattoos or anybody darker skin type, they tend to go away almost as fast if you just treat them with very similar protocol. Like there's no reason, like I used to, back in the day, I used to like give a discount to people that were darker skin types because I was like, I don't know, I don't want to be aggressive. I know you're probably gonna need more treatments than someone else. And then it wasn't until I started doing more and getting comfortable with it and actually made it like kind of a passion of mine because being a person of color myself and understanding how different ethnicities work, I really delved into it. I was like, look, I'm just gonna try to treat their tattoos in the same way I would treat anybody who was a lighter skin type. And I found like the results were better. It was a little bit faster than I anticipated. And the healing was fine.
Yeah.
You know, there are certain things I can't do in the latter stages that get really aggressive, but I don't need to do it anymore because the machines are so good now.
Got it.
So.
Yeah, that was my understanding that some other tattoo removal studios would say that the process would be longer, or I would need to purchase more sessions or additional sessions because they would have to treat it at a slower pace.
The caution they're having is valid, right? They want to be cautious, but they just don't understand the skin type, right? And that's really what's important. So, yeah, I think it's that time to like, you know, make sure that the information gets out there for people. Like these tattoos are treatable. This color of your skin, we do have to be careful with it. We have to be, you know, very mindful where that melanin sits in the basal cell or germinative layers. But at this point, you have just a regular black and gray tattoo. The tattoo's gonna, the laser's gonna attract to the tattoo pigment, and you will get some residual heat into the melanin of the skin, but it won't be enough to cause any serious damage.
No scarring,
no
pigmentation.
None of that at all. You're gonna get swelling and raise for the first, 24 or 48 hours, just like anybody else would. It's going to feel warm. It's going to feel like a tender touch. The pain you're going to feel is only going to be while the laser is firing.
Okay.
Once the laser stops, the pain subsides.
Okay.
And then you're just left with some redness and stuff like that for the next couple of days. With this being a lower extremity, you're going to want to go home, keep it elevated, put some ice packs on it for the first night. After that, you should be fine.
Okay.
Yep. Does the tattoo go all the way around the leg? Or is it a panel? So there's two here, right?
Yeah, there's two.
Okay, cool. So what I would say with something like this is we never want to go around an appendage because what eventually happens is you'll have internal swelling and then we don't want to cut off circulation or anything like that. So what we'll do is probably do one panel and then have you do the next panel in 3 or 4 weeks and just alternate. Some people like to do one panel and just keep on a regular schedule like we're moving that. They'll do like 3 or 4 sessions and then they'll say, okay, I'm gonna give this one a break and start this one on this side and give that 3 or 4 sessions. By the time we come back here, it's gonna look like you've had like 10 sessions on it. The whole idea about tattoo removal is, one is how good is the laser? You know, we have 2 of the best lasers. We have PicoWay, we have the Enlighten 3. Those are 2 of the best lasers on the market right now. Next, are we getting clinical endpoints? Are we getting the snap, the frosting? Are you feeling pain? The pain is the heat being absorbed into the ink and breaking up. The snap we hear when it lasers That's the impact that shows that the laser's connecting to something.
Okay.
And then if I ask on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your pain level like? I know this is going to sound bad, but I want it to be like a 6, 7, or 8.
Okay.
10 being like, I cannot take another zap, do not do it again. 1 being like someone just a light pinch. And so I know it sounds bad, but that actually lets me know that we got the reaction we need, right? And it's very temporary. So like if you came in with like a red tattoo, I'd have to be very careful with red tattoos on darker skin types because the ink that's used for red sits in that very sensitive basal cell area. That's where the artist puts it into the skin. So it would be heating that up, plus you have red tones in your skin. So it doesn't matter what ethnicity, background, or whatever you are, we all have red tones. And we have red tissue. So that could be a little bit dangerous for somebody, which in that case I will do very lower energy and do a gradual lightening and fading, less aggressive. If you're doing 785 or 755 wavelengths, these are things that go after greens and blues. These colors normally will refract light, so we have to use a very powerful laser to attract to them. That would destroy your melanin. So if I had someone who's darker skin type, I do not use 755, I do not use 780, I do not use 730, I do not use 694, because it's just one wavelength you cannot do. As far as brands and lasers, I would say something like a Quanta or an Estanza laser. These are brands that have very limited spot sizes. So when I talk about spot size, that means depth. How deep can I go? How deep can I concentrate? Also the diameter beam, how wide is that beam? So am I spreading that heat out and I'm concentrating it deeper? That's gonna help somebody who has more melanated skin because I'm avoiding the basal cell layer. So I would say older technology isn't as good. So you're gonna want a laser that has larger spot sizes available to it, like the Pico-Way, the Enlighten. I would say another laser you don't want to use on your skin type would probably be like Pico-Sure. That is a 755 based wavelength, so it's using that 755 base through filtering, and that'll destroy your skin and melanin as well. You have a black tattoo.
Yeah.
We have 1064 YAG, which is a laser that's attracted to the color black. So when we do that tattoo, also that laser is the safest for all skin types because it's the only non-visible spectrum, meaning that you're not going to have a lot of concentrated heat. Also, it's only attracted to the pigment, so it's avoiding the tissue and everything else. So common misconception about tattoo removal is that we're just burning the skin. We're not burning the skin. We're connecting to the tattoo pigment. It's in your heat. The heat's only in there for 1/1,000,000th of a second. And it's so fast that it attracts the ink, and that pressure breaks up those tattoo particles into very, very small particles that are easy for the body to digest. The reason tattoo removal takes several treatments is because it's up to your body. How well is the body metabolizing that pigment? You're young, you're healthy. I haven't looked at your chart yet, but I don't see any like medical conditions that I'd be worried about. The only probably negative about your tattoo that makes my job a little difficult is it's the lower extremity. So that means your body has to go all the way down here, pick that pigment up, bring it through your bloodstream, the lymphatic system, and then you'll naturally excrete it through your waste. And so anything that's further from the heart will take more treatment sometimes. Things that are closer to the heart tend to go a little bit quicker.
Got it.
There's also not a lot of really bold, heavy line work in there. You have some big patches, but actual like heavy line work, like traditional tattoos. Yeah, like lettering would be that way. Stuff like that will be more difficult. Yeah, that would be a little bit tougher. This right here is a lot of shading or mag needle work, we call it. Also, some of the pigments might be diluted. One of the toughest pigments to remove are called triple blacks. It's a triple concentration of resins. I don't see any of that present in any of your tattoos right now. And that's the thing about it. People think like, I just want to come in and have as many treatments as possible and it's going to go way quicker. That's not it. Why would I be in the business of pushing people away? That's not good business. If I could get you in here like every week or every day, my business would be booming right now. But it just doesn't work that way. And that's why we're completely honest with people. It's like, it takes time. Your body needs to metabolize it. Even when people ask me like how many treatments, I can't give you an exact number until I see how your body metabolizes. So it usually takes me like a treatment or two to narrow down that number to be like, oh, this is going really well after 2 treatments. Let's call it 6. Let's call it 7. Oh, this is not moving as fast as I thought. It's a 1 or 2 year old tattoo with triple resin. It's on a lower extremity. I have all these things to combat against. Right. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe we've seen like 10% reduction. This is gonna be a 10+ treatment range. And at that time I work with my clients with their pricing as well. We have an 8 treatment guarantee. So after 8 treatments, if it takes me more than 8 treatments, I drop our price down to $50. And that really helps people like finish the process off. You know, it could be expensive for people in the beginning, And the first treatment's $100, so that allows people to come in and see our work. It allows me to see how difficult your tattoo is going to be removed. At that point, then it's based on size, and we price that there, anywhere from like $200 to $300 a session. And then we also do the 8 treatment guarantee. So there's a chance that it comes down. What we don't want to do is lock people into like really heavy bundles, and obviously we're going to work together on this. But it's just one of those things where I feel like if you can't give someone an exact number, then why would you put them into a big heavy contract like other companies?
There's a lot of other competitors that prioritize like bundles.
Yeah, I get it. Everybody wants to get their money. They want to get paid up front. But if I could tell you, hey, this is going to take 8 treatments and I can guarantee it, I would sell you an 8 treatment package. That would be very easy for me to do. Yeah, but I don't want to lose the trust of people, right? Like I want them to be able to say, I want to try somewhere else. And you're not married to me forever, you know? Like you have the opportunity to go. I'm going to make it affordable as possible. I'm going to make sure that it's as clear as possible, they're as educated as possible, and that I'm not setting unrealistic expectations, you know? At that point, 2 or 3 treatments in, we're going to look at it and we're going to be like, okay, good. Yeah, we know exactly what's going to happen here. We know exactly how long it's going to take. And so I think I can get you done in this many sessions. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the time I was just more attracted to art. Going to like the full horror sleeve idea, not necessarily understanding like the attachment of like what that looks like down the line. Like wanting a family, you know, one day and getting married, having kids, and my kids maybe seeing like these like scary faces and like what that might, just having to have that conversation without having a real reason behind it. Didn't necessarily want to put these images out to them, essentially. And also for me too, it doesn't necessarily serve me or align with anything I believe in. Just being a little bit more, I just want to be a little more intentional with my tattoos. I think especially things that are permanent. At the time, it was just mainly around getting artwork. Now I'm just looking to transition to things that mean a little bit more to me.
So good. So right now, if you had lotion on, I'm going to pop your leg up like this. If you had lotion on, I'd have to be sitting here wiping it all the way off.
Oh, okay, so it's best for the future, just don't
put anything on it, leave it alone completely. Try the alcohol real quick here. I always like to start off with a big spot size and get depth, and I like to break that tattoo down from the bottom up. And this also helps us avoid that basal cell layer. So I'm just going to start in here, and then we'll work into the hard stuff. If you need to break it all, let me know. If you feel you need an ice pack, we got ice packs. We can take this really slow for you, or we go as fast as possible. 1, 2, 3. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how did that feel?
Scale of 1 to 10, maybe 8.
Sorry to say, but that's what we want.
All right.
All right, here we go. And just say break if you need it. It's gonna get a little more intense the closer we get to the knee, heavy saturation areas. This will dissipate in about 30 to 40 seconds usually. You will see some fading with this tattoo immediately, but a lot of times I'll be very cautious and say, you know, don't expect any significant results for at least 2 to 3 weeks. You can see right now, this is gonna be the least fun part of your day right now.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do here is I'm going to put on this ointment. This ointment I actually made for myself as a person of color who has very, very sensitive skin. Vitamin E is essential in maintaining the melanin. And so what I wanna do is I wanna fuse as much vitamin E into the skin as possible, but I don't wanna heal the area. And I don't wanna heal the area because the longer your body knows something's happening, the more attention it's going to give and the more ink is going to be removed. If I put Neosporin or something like this on it that's really healing, it's going to stop that process. Your body's going to say, that's fine, it's going to move on to something else. If I put on something like Neosporin, you might have a reaction to one of the many ingredients. If I put something that has petroleum jelly in your skin, what's going to happen is that now your body has to remove the ink we just broke up and a product. So this is completely organic. It's vitamin E, beeswax, C, D, has a little bit of coconut oil and then a few other ingredients that are all natural. And what that's going to do is really kind of help your skin and enrich it. So what I want you to do is at the end of this treatment, leave it for 48 hours, 72 hours dry, until it gets to a point where you're like, it's getting a little itchy. Then I want you to do that ointment daily to keep it moisturized and to keep infusing it with vitamin E so it's stronger for your next appointment. All right?
Keep it dry. Okay.
A little bit goes a long way here.
So after this, nothing else for 48 hours?
48 hours, 72 hours, just leave it be.
Okay. So after the shower, just soap, antibacterial soap?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you don't even need to really be you don't have to baby it too much. What I don't want you to do is have it exposed to hot water for long periods of time. Like hot tubs, saunas, stuff like that.
So what about the gym?
Gym's fine, encouraged. Yeah, blood flow, circulation. Tomorrow's fine. I usually tell people take 24 hours lift play. I'll say take like 24 hours before going in, but you're not even reacting very strongly. You know, like we just target that ink so perfectly here that a lot of that shading's already gone. That stuff's easy, right? That's what I was telling you earlier. Got a couple little bit here and there still. You can see this is already starting to break up. That part that was already faded is faded a little bit more. Some of the details will start to go. The hardest part of this tattoo is going to be these lips, I think, and then this band, that liner on that band. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. But yeah, gym tomorrow, perfectly fine. If you find like clothing or something is wearing on your skin a little bit, causing friction, maybe wear something that won't cause as much friction. Elevation, today when you have lunch, maybe don't eat a really salty diet. That'll help with the swelling. This right here is called Surgelast. This is one of my favorite tools to use because it actually allows the skin to breathe, but if I were to rub my hand like this, it's preventing the friction as well. So this is one of the things where I feel like people can still go to their day-to-day. I'll give you an extra one to take home. I'm also going to give you an aftercare bag.
Okay.
90% of the stuff in my aftercare bag you are not going to need.
Okay.
If you feel you need any of it, call me first. I purely put these together so that people have the tools for any situation that they're going to come into. So if there's a blister or something like that, they have all the tools needed. They don't have to go to CVS or Dwayne Reed to go get those. It's all in that bag. Okay. Now with this tattoo, simple black, if you have any blistering at all, it'll let me know that you're not taking care of it properly because this wavelength of laser does not blister. So that means trapping heat, friction, hot tub, sauna, sun exposure for long periods of time. You really shouldn't have any blistering at all with this.
Okay.
It should be non-existent. All right.
Pain, about a 9 out of 10, yeah, sure. Yeah, it was quick, it was manageable.
He didn't take many breaks, I'll tell you that much.
Went straight through it. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah.
Glad you got started.
Yeah.
Before you leave, check in with Jeff, and then maybe we'll get you rescheduled or something like that.
When would you recommend?
You know, like I said, you can come back as quick as 3 weeks for the inner part. You can call it 4 weeks. You know, that'd give each week or each side 8 weeks of healing and digestion. It's really up to you on that.
Yeah.
3 weeks. I mean, if we're doing another one, I would say minimum 3 weeks. This is going to be kind of like your go-to card. It's going to have everything listed of what you can do to make the results better.
Nice.
Healthy eating, different things on there. On the back, this is everything I don't want you to do, things we already discussed.
Nice.
And then if you feel like it's healing weird or have like any kind of questions, obviously you can call us to send us a photo. There's also a QR code here. You can kind of scan it and you can say, does my tattoo look normal? Oh yeah, it's just swelling, or that's edema, or that's purpura. Or if it's something more serious, it'll tell you that as well.
Okay.
So you always have like a quick reference there, but obviously call us first. We will
Okay. A question, you said no sauna. I teach hot yoga.
That would have been nice to know.
Yeah. Just once a week though.
Once a week? When you teach next?
Tuesday.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just be mindful. What I would say is when you go into that situation, bring like a little cooler with some ice packs in it. That way, like right at the end, you can take all the heat out.
Okay.
So I think you should be fine by then.
I just won't go to hot yoga tomorrow. Maybe I'll just go to the gym.
I would skip tomorrow, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Gym is okay though.
Gym's fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but the hot yoga, give it some time.
Is it the heat or is it the sweat?
It's the heat.
The heat. Okay. Yeah, the gym's cold.
And here's the thing about it. There's 2 exercises I always tell people that are the best for tattoo removal. One is swimming, one is yoga. The problem is that Burkham and stuff, when you get in that hot, that's the thing I'm worried about the most.
Okay.
How hot are you going?
In
200?
yoga,
Yeah.
it's 100.
100? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Should be fine. Just take some ice packs with you and make
Well,
sure you put it on.
I'll omit it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah,
1000%.
I had it before this, so
That's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
All
It's
right.
the act of like just putting
Active.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is-
just skip it
yeah.
tomorrow, and then, like I said, bring an ice pack with you. Make sure all the heat's out.
Okay.
That's
Thanks,
for you,
man.
sir. We have a little bag there. Is there any other questions you have for me at all?
The portal and just getting integrated with like the
Scheduling and all that
scheduling
stuff. Jeff will take you
Come
over there.
out.
He'll reschedule with you, and then we'll get you all squared away, and you'll get like an email reminder and all that
Cool.
stuff. He'll book you for your next one.
Nice. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Yeah.
Dude,
sure.
great meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you.
Pleasure.